welcome back to Mo Dodge, Mo Mods. Well, guys, here's an update to my last post if you've been following. The 309 diff. Very excited when I did the video clip, only to find out, do a little research, and I advise anyone who buys a used part on eBay to make sure that the VIN actually, coexists with the part they say they're selling. So I call myself, thinking I'm getting a good deal on eBay, only to find out that the part I got was not the correct part. Now, I wasted time, money for the install, and when I did a little research after the fact, because I'm like, wait a minute, the 309 looks different than the part I got. I found out that it wasn't a 309. I found out it was a 307. Yeah, 307s have a little, little get it, but whatever. Because I originally, on my car, I had a 262. So, with that being said, I got the correct part. I made sure it was the correct part, and actually it's pretty new. So what we're doing today is we are headed into the mechanic, Thunderbird Automotive, Rockwood, Maryland. Shout out to Fred, that's his name, to not only swap out this diff so I can send it back for a full refund, but we are going to do a transmission fluid change. And for those of you who have Hemis, and I think I want to say 2007 and up, I believe, you gotta check me on that. They have locked down the transmission to where you cannot just go and get a flush and fill, go buy a filter, take the transmission pan off and drain the fluid, clean the pan, put it back, put fresh fluid in it based on the number of quarts. You have to get a special transmission fluid for the particular car you have. You no longer have a dipstick to check your transmission fluid. This could lead to a number of problems, I found out, because after 50,000 miles, you initially want to change your transmission fluid. Otherwise, you're going to run into transmission problems, and then you're going to have to go to the dealer and spend that money. And I think that's the reason why they did it the way they did it. So right now, we are going to change the diff, put the correct one on, and we are going to get a transmission fluid change. That's the plan. It's raining today, but hopefully we can get it done. So stay tuned. Mo Dodge, Mo Mods.
Here we go, making really on, getting icy zone, flexing, I've been swerving, make it trendy, we look sexy. Here we go, making really on, getting icy zone, flexing, I've been swerving, make it trendy, we look sexy. It's so icy, icy on my neck combination, 새로운가 같이 머리 swag, 남들이 잘 때 동스러답지, breaking good, life is good, 한동안 잊었어 이 느낌을, for better life, for better love, 이제는 나도 두 배 벌어. I don't give a fuck, who should give a fuck, 요즘 애들이 병신놀이 하는 거, no one give a fuck, take care of a house, 이러다만 다 나이 먹었어, 후회하지 않아 나요. Let's be straight, enemies, match for technique, cardio, terminate, 좀 봐봐봐, 좋은 새끼들 내 주제를 알아매. Making really on, getting icy zone, flexing, I've been serving, make it trendy, we look sexy. Here we go, making really on, getting icy zone, flexing, I've been serving, make it trendy, we look sexy. 필요해도 많은 시간 살 돈이 섣불리 시작해서 이제 바쁘니 랩 스타일 비슷해 내 스타일 드스트랙 고마워 네 관심은 passion이 맞추니 얇는 매일에는 정중히 인사드려볼 일 없어 우리 pardon me 외국인 마시기 전에 차린 정신 두 배나게
We are back at Fred's, and we are pretty much just waiting for the cars to get out before we get started with the work on the car. You know, more Dodge, more mods. There's always going to be setbacks. I always say that. Be prepared. But for right now, like I said, we're just waiting for a bay to clear, and we're going to get started. Yes, sir. I'm pretty confident everything's going to work out. Like I said, once the diff comes out, we're going to ship it out today. Get it back. 309 goes in. This is part 2. This is part 2. I didn't know it was going to be a part 2, but it's a part 2. Then after that, we'll see how everything goes. Mo Dodge, Mo Mod. Alright guys, so we got the charger in. Right now I'm just checking out the new diff. As you can see, it is what it says it is. 309 limited slip differential. Here's my old one. There you go. In case anybody wants to actually purchase this. There it is. 2018 Dodge Charger RT. Right now we got to get this bad boy out. And we can get started. Stay tuned. Well guys, update. The 307 that I initially had installed on the Charger was actually bad, to say the least. When the oil was drained, all we saw was pretty much metal deposits. So I got AMS oil, and I figured at this time, because that was a loss, I'm going to pretty much go ahead and just use Lucas, 7590, because, yeah, and I'll wait about 3,000 to 5,000 miles before I drain it myself and fill it back up with the diff oil that I want to put in. That's where we are right now. Diff is out. Well, it's getting taken out, and the new one's going to be put in, and we'll go from there. So as you can see, my pipes are out. My man is working on it. He knows the stuff. I'm actually taking out these ridiculous underglows that were pretty cheap, and as you can see, there it is, 307. I didn't think it would be a part 2 to this, but it is. It was the wrong one they sent me. Send it back, get my money back. And the new one is right there. So that's where we are, and we'll take it from there. So my man is inspecting the diff right now, just to make sure everything work out. This is a 309 off of the Scat Pack 2019. Yeah guys, I bought it used. It's a good deal. I'm just swapping out, and it's actually less than what I paid for the first one. So, like I said, this ain't for the faint of heart. This is some work. Pulling it up, make sure the gears are good. He knows what he's doing. Oh man, how long you been a mechanic?
Like 12 years.
12 years. Master mechanic. Doing his thing. You know, I thought about being a mechanic. Then I saw all the labor in it. And I was like, nah, never mind. I'd rather sit behind a computer. Let everybody in YouTube world, let them know your name, my man. So when they come to Fred's, they know who to see.
Yeah, I'm Lopez.
Lopez. You know what it is. My man do all the major jobs here. There you go. Getting it in. Yes, sir. And guys, just be mindful if you're in the DMV, if you want this type of work done, man. I'm gonna leave the link in my post as far as the address and who to ask for to get your work done. And just let them know Q sent you. They give you a good deal. Like I said, I've been coming here for years, at least 10 years plus. Yes, sir. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, the diff is actually in. 309 diff. It's gonna make a difference, I'm sure. You know. Yeah. Big difference. So what's next on the list, guys? The transmission fluid change. Now we spoke about this, or I spoke about this in the past, regarding these Dodge Chargers where the dealer doesn't want you to do the transmission fluid change period. They claim it's a lifetime transmission, but anybody knows you need to change your transmission fluid at least after 50,000 miles when you first get your car. At least every 50,000 miles. Because if you don't, guess what? You're going to be going to the dealer for a whole new transmission. Look at that. Now that fluid's supposed to be green because Dodge uses a special transmission fluid that you have to get from them specifically. There's a drain plug. You're going to change out the whole pan unless you just want to be cheap. Take the pan out and hose the filter out. But I got a new one. And this particular one. I think it has a part number on it. I'm not sure. No part number on there, but this I got off I think it was geekparts.com. If I'm not mistaken. OEM specific. There's a filter right here. And this is a pan. There's a drain plug. And these are the gaskets. It comes with a gasket. So, I'll leave the link on my description. And this is the oil transmission fluid for 2018 Dodge Charger RT. So yeah, it's for 8 and 9 speed. This is specific to 8-cylinder engines. So, just a heads up, guys. Only thing is, I hope I got enough. The thing's still pouring. We'll see. We will see. I don't know if you can see that, but that is transmission fluid. It's still clear green. I can't see it because of my gloves, but yeah, it's time. Right now we are getting the transmission pan put on. As you can see, she looks good, still clean, but we want to make sure it stays that way. It's the old one. And like I said, guys, if you can't find the right pan, you can always just, ooh, look at this bull crap. The hell? Okay. There's no shavings in it, so it's still good. That's a good transmission. It's a good transmission. Yeah, it looks like it's about six quarts, maybe less. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, almost done. Alright, guys, for whatever reason, I'm mistaken. The drain plug or the fill plug is.
See it right here?
It's right there. Ah, there it is. So, disregard what I said last time because I was actually watching a YouTube on a 300 Chrysler where the fill plug was on the other side. So, it's a little different for the Charger. But you guys can do this yourself. So, this vehicle takes 4.8 fluid ounces or 4.8 quarts. And you have to measure it exactly. So when you drain it, you might want to get something like that, a quart, and that you can actually measure it, how much fluid is going in. That lets you know how much needs to go back exactly. And you should be good, man. So you could have used the same pan and filter, which is a one combination, or you can just buy a whole new one. I chose to buy a new one, and I am using, like I said, the ATF 9-cylinder or 9-speed, whatever you call it, transmission fluid from Mopar. And yeah, man, get that fluid in there. You put at least 3 to 4 quarts in the transmission. Close the plug, turn it on, and see if it comes back out. If not, you continue to fill from there. And that's how you do your transmission. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. Like I said, I was getting other stuff done, so I chose to have my mechanic do it for me. You know, because I'm going to get a good deal. A good deal. A steal of a deal. But yeah, man. 309, transmission fluid change. And hey, I don't know, I might have him do my brakes and rotors. Because it's time. Yeah, man. It's time. I know on my other side, my brake fluid was leaking, and one of the bolts was gone out of my caliper, which is probably why I was making a clinking noise. So yeah, we're gonna have them take a look at that too. All right, guys. So right now we are pumping the transmission fluid back into the fill plug. Now you're gonna need a pump. Keep that in mind. Like I said, 4.8 quarts for the Dodge Charger. This is a Dodge Charger RT 2018, and I purchased a pump specifically for this job. And what you do is you put the hole in there, and here's the pump. He's going to just pump the fluid out, fill it. That's it. That's how you fill it. Because, again, there is no dipstick for you to put the transmission fluid in. And this is the way you do it. I got the pump on Amazon. It's fairly cheap. But it'll come in handy for other jobs. For instance, the rear diff.
La última vez
Which,
ya después lo quise desairar, le dije a ella que lo quisiera
flex
y
right
que
there.
tal vez no lo
I'm gonna do
desaire.
the Lucas
Si ella no,
7590
ella no presionaba bien.
synthetic, full synthetic, and after about 6,000, then I'm gonna go with Ansar for my fluid. But yeah, getting it
De
done.
todas maneras, si no, le saco todo el líquido de vuelta y hacer el proceso bien para evitar.
All right, Mo Dodge, Mo Maj. You know what? It's one thing when you drive your own car. You really don't know the difference. But when somebody else drive your car that's got a regular RT, my man, just tell, I mean, did you feel the difference when you hit the pedal? Was it reactive?
It was, what's the word? It was ridiculous. You touch the pedal and it just wants to jump. It wants to
It wants to go.
It wants to go.
That's that 309, baby.
As soon as you put your foot into it, it's on it.
And I couldn't hear it because I guess it's not a lot of drone in the car. But on the outside,
it is. Once if you put your foot down, you hear it.
You hear it kick in.
It's obnoxious. It is for a car that heavy to move that fast,
Right.
that quickly.
It's scary.
It's scary. This thing here. Is scary.
Well, y'all heard it from my man, my best friend, my neighbor, man. He just I just let him test drive, you know what I'm saying, the Predator. And yes, sir, it is what it is, baby. Mopar Predator.